Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice as we talk about everything that has happened in the past week for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. This week we had a little bit of some interesting developments in terms of some releases for both the US and around the world, and of course we had some more product delays this week as well, and some just other things to discuss, so let's go ahead and get right on into it. So first up this week, we actually have our next release that should be coming out here in the US very soon. So Hasbro Pulse sent out a couple of emails this week that were Lightning Collection related, some of which we'll get into later on in this video, but for the good news one, we actually got an email that said that, hey, if you ordered the Zeo Cogs, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive 2-pack, it's actually going to be shipping earlier than expected. So, and this is for Hasbro Pulse US. So we had already seen a couple of weeks ago, about 2-3 weeks-ish ago, that the Cogs released on Hasbro Pulse UK. So the UK was the first place to get those in the world. And they were still slated for a November 1st ship date here in the US, but not anymore because they are now slated to be shipping here pretty soon. And usually when those emails go out from Hasbro Pulse, they seem to ship within like about a week or so of the emails like that going out. So we should start seeing the Cogs pop up in people's hands here in the US probably within the next week and a half. So that's really exciting that we're finally going to get some kind of new Lightning Collection figures released here in the US. And, you know, it's the Cogs, the army builders. So finally we get something here. So and earlier than what was originally slated and not delayed. So the Cogs were never delayed on Hasbro Pulse, either the UK or the US. So from the November 1st release date, they both shipped earlier than that. So that was really cool. And I can't wait to get my Cog packs. I ordered a couple of those. That should be fun for when those arrive here. And of course, check out a video I'll do on that and everything, of course. But yeah, and also I guess if you didn't already pre-order them, you can still pre-order them now. And I assume that they'll ship soon as well. So that's really great to hear. I'm glad that we're going to get them. Speaking of Lightning Collection releases though, that wasn't the only one we had this week, even though that still technically hasn't happened just yet. But we did get our next Lightning Collection figure released, and it was first found in Singapore. So, on Facebook, Rishi Bishi Mabushi found in a store called Robo in Singapore, the A-Squad Yellow Ranger. So this has now become officially the 11th figure to release for the Lightning Collection in 2021, because I count regardless of, it doesn't have to be released in the US, because obviously there are Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans all across the entire world, and so a figure can show up anywhere and it will count as being released. So A-Squad Yellow is finally officially released somewhere, and thankfully the person who found it posted a bunch of pictures of it online here. So we have pictures of it just by itself, we have pictures of it with the A-Squad Blue Ranger that came out in Versus Packs Wave 1 last year. So we can kind of see the team that's forming so far as we wait for the other members. So yeah, A-Squad Yellow looks great. I mean, there's nothing like super surprising about how it looks like or anything. And it's interesting that it first popped up in Singapore, so it's just nice to see it somewhere. Yeah, there's that. They did also comment on one of my posts saying that they heard that they should be expecting A-Squad Green to release in Singapore sometime in October. So we'll have to stay tuned and see if that actually ends up panning out. Though, I mean, I guess that wouldn't be too surprising if they're already starting to get some of the A-Squad, maybe they'll get the rest. But A-Squad Yellow is one of the fan channel exclusives, over here in the US at least. And A-Squad Green is a Best Buy exclusive in the US, so I don't know how easy or hard it will be to get green and pink since those are the store exclusives in other countries. We'll have to wait and see on that front. But yeah, so what's interesting is A-Squad Yellow did release in Singapore, which means, do we have an update of when it's going to come out in the US? Kind of. So that brings us to the other email that Hasbro Pulse sent out this week, and that was our our weekly delays. So, you know, this is just how it's going to go now, and it's perfectly fine. But we did get a couple delays on at least 3 Lightning Collection items from Hasbro Pulse. So A-Squad Yellow Ironically enough, literally the day after it was found in Singapore, the email came out from Hasbro Pulse delaying it in the US again, so that's kind of ironic. But A Squad Yellow and Versus Packs Wave 2, so both of those packs in that wave were delayed from sometime in October to December 1st. So those are their current release dates on Hasbro Pulse. But of course other sites are still saying a bunch of other random dates. I think Amazon still has the Versus Packs for like November 1st or something like that. And A Squad Yellow, I don't even know anymore what it is on a bunch of other sites. That list I'll put in the description below from John Green from Guringer.com. He posted his updated list of like what stores are saying what. GameStop pushed Wave 10 again, but then they bumped like 2 of the 3 TMNT 2 packs up until September 30th, which is weird and that doesn't really make much sense. Also, I found out because of that for some reason the GameStop website is blocked on my campus Wi-Fi here I'm here in my dorm, and unless I'm using my mobile data on my phone, I can't access GameStop's website here, which is very, very strange. But yeah, I found that out because of that. So yeah, who knows what's going on with that. I don't know what that's all about. I would love to get TMNT packs at the end of September, but that just doesn't seem like it's going to be possible. But yeah, and then A Squad Yellow, yeah, I just think it's kind of funny that it literally comes out somewhere and then the next day it's like, hey, well, we have to delay it till December, even though someone already has it. So, whatever. But, the thing is with the delays is like, they don't really faze me at this point. I get why they're happening. In fact, ProRanger.com put out a really nice tweet to kind of just really tell people like, obviously the pandemic is causing lots of shipping problems. And so if you're wondering where all this stuff is, obviously it's pretty much all of it's been manufactured already. That's not the problem. They put it out in their tweet and they summed it up perfectly, that your package or your figures are either they're stuck either on a boat, on a dock, or in a warehouse. Because there's problems like all over the place. There's shipping problems getting things out of the, not really getting them out of the factory because bill of ladings have shown otherwise. But like getting them from, one place to another place. And then once they get there, it's not even guaranteed that it, will happen that fast. In fact, these DO Cogs, perfect example of that. They were on a bill of lading to the US in June. And now 3 months later, they are just, even though they probably arrived in the US around June, ish maybe, maybe they arrived in like July or August or something. Now they're only just now being able to say that they're going to ship out here soon. So like that's, who knows about how long the actual turnaround time is. We talked about a bill of lading a couple weeks ago that had Wave 10 and the metallic armors on it and A Squad Yellow that said that it was arriving to the US, and now we just got delays on A Squad Yellow in the US. So I don't know what the turnaround time is. It used to be about a month turnaround from like when a bill of lading was found to when a figure would start shipping in the US, and now it seems to be, if the cogs are any indication, about a 3-month turnaround. So that's just kind of how it is right now, because that's just how it is. So I hope that I really hope that in 2022 this starts easing up, because 2022 could be a really great year of Lightning Collection stuff, not only because of everything 2022 has planned, but also because of the fact that like more than half of the 2021 lineup is now going to be 2022 lineup. So still a lot to look forward to, and obviously it is nice to not have to pay for everything right away, but I would like to start getting some of this out the door, and the cogs are our first step. So hopefully they are to show what is to come, and hopefully more things will actually start shipping out here a little bit sooner rather than later. But I get it. I do get the delays, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But it's just kind of unfortunate to see these delay emails every week. So, and that's because that's all we've talked about in Lightning Storm for like 2 months. So yeah, who knows? But speaking of bill ladings, real quick here, there is one more new one to talk about. This one is actually now for Hasbro Canada, so it's not on the way to the US, it's on the way to Canada. And that is for the cel-shaded Pink Ranger, which I assume is probably like EB Games in Canada or something like that exclusive, because they don't have GameStop. But yeah, that's on a bill lading to Canada. So maybe Canada would be the first place to get cel-shaded pink. It's they were the first to get Wave 1 and Wave 7, so Canada is not, they are not alien to the idea of getting Lightning Collection figures first, so it definitely could happen. But Yeah, that's really all there is to talk about this week on the Lightning Storm. So just a couple little things here, but hey, by the next time we have an episode, we should, in theory, have our Zeo Cogs here in the U.S., which will be great. I can add them to the display, and that should be fun. So, of course, until next time, you guys can all follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR. And until next week, I'll see you all in Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice.